So Diddy is convicted, but will Trump set him free? Let's rip the lid off this thing and get right into it. Hi guys, welcome back to The Baseline. Thanks so much for joining me. So, Sean Diddy Combs just got convicted, but not for what you would think, right? So the government came at him with everything. We're talking about trafficking, rape, even racketeering, and walked away with just one charge. But here's the twist to it all. The judge still won't let him out, not on bail, not on anything. And one of his alleged victims is now writing letters actually defending him. Which is crazy, right? And now there's chatter that Donald Trump might get involved. Yeah, this might end with a pardon from the same guy Diddy once called dangerous. So this isn't just celebrity courtroom drama at this point. This is about race, it's about power, and a justice system that suddenly remembers how to flex when it's convenient, though, right? So today we're breaking down one, what Diddy actually got convicted of, why he's still in jail despite beating the worst charges, and how Trump or a Trump pardon could flip this whole script around. So let's start with the conviction first. Diddy was found guilty under the Mann Act, a law from 1910, originally designed to stop white slavery, but historically used to target Black men who crossed state lines with white women. Now, the charge, Diddy flew a male sex worker across state lines to sleep with one of his girlfriends. So that's basically the charge. That's the one that stuck. No rape, no trafficking, no force, just a technical felony. But that's the charge that stuck. It's weird, right? And here's the kicker. Under the Mann Act, you're not automatically entitled to bail. So even though he offered tens of millions, ankle monitors, house arrest, the judge said, nope, he's sitting in jail while they prep for sentencing in October. But then this whole thing gets weirder. One of the alleged victims, the woman known as victim number 3, wrote a letter to the judge. Now, she didn't ask for protection. She didn't demand justice. She asked for leniency for Diddy. She said Diddy's changed and that he's a father and a businessman and that he admitted to his mistakes and worked to be better. Now, it's that kind of letter that raises eyebrows, especially since she refers to him as the accused, even though he's already convicted. Now, so who's protecting who here? That becomes a really big question. And here's where Trump enters the chat. Because this might be the perfect Trump play heading into election season. Pardon the most high-profile Black celebrity convicted under a Biden Department of Justice and flip the narrative. Turn Diddy into a symbol of overreach and yourself into the fixer. Now, it sounds crazy, right? But he's done it before. Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, this would just be the next name on the list. Except this time, the symbolism cuts both ways. You've got a Black billionaire in jail on a 100-year-old law and a former president holding the keys to his freedom. Now, Diddy's sentencing drops in October. The prosecution wants years, and his legal team, Diddy's legal team, they just want probation. But here's the real twist, and the twist might come after the gavel, because if Trump pulls the trigger on a pardon, whether it's next year or 2029, this won't just be about music and sex and scandals. It'll be about who really controls the justice system in the United States of America. So what are your guys' thoughts? drop your comments in the section below. Let me know what you guys think of this whole drama. And I really appreciate you guys watching the Baseline, and we'll catch you in the next round. Thank you guys so much for watching. Cheers, everybody.
So passionate that they take things from 0 to 1,000. I felt that there was no spirits brand that was marketed in a responsible way, that exemplified aspiration and spoke their language. And so I wanted to create something that would be the celebration spirit of our generation. And nobody else was doing it. So Grey Goose and Johnny Walker Black and Cristal, and they kind of dissed, this young adult generation. And I think that's been the secret to my success. Is I celebrate young adults. I celebrate what their dreams are, what their visions are, how they live their lives. I really get into the nuances of what they like. And I think I was able to build a brand that fit into their lifestyle.
But the seismic growth. I mean, you came from nowhere. They had professionals doing it. I mean, Ciroc existed before you. There was professionals doing it.
Probably the biggest thing was the power of music. Lil Wayne saying it in his records, Rick Ross saying it, Jay-Z saying it. I have an Apple. I don't have a Samsung. But all I could say is anybody here that works for Apple, Samsung is on that ass right now. Okay? That's because they teamed up with the cultural needle movers, and that's us. I mean, the facts, no matter what I say here today, you can tell who moves the needle. And so, I'm one of those artists that are and one of those businessmen that are a leader in moving the needle and helping to define and curate what's cool. And there's a lot of power in that. There's a lot of, when U2 got behind the iPod, there was a lot of power in that. When they decided to make it black, Steve Jobs didn't decide to make it black. U2 wanted it to be black. Understanding that and understanding that audience, those different details and those decisions, and